Okay, so Wrigley and I have shown you guys the Ezekiel choke a few different times, right? We did a gi version, a no gi version, maybe 3 times we've shown it. I want to show you something maybe you haven't seen before today. So, if you think about this, whenever we did the Bravo choke, with the Bravo choke, I'm trying to get this lapel. I'm trying to pull it out, go under his armpit, and I use that. Okay, this is like a third arm. I use that to set up the choke. So I want you to keep that in mind, right? So now, let's assume that I've got this pulled out of his belt, and somehow I'm able to get to mount. So now I go all the way to mount. I got to beat his frames, which is super hard to do. He keeps getting his frames back in. So I've gone all the way to mount here. But remember, when I went to mount, I had already gotten this lapel out of his belt, okay? So now I want you to think about this. With the traditional Ezekiel choke, I would go inside my sleeve, I would bring it across, and I would use this motion right here, right? So that's what gives me the choke, okay? But because I have this lapel right here, I'm gonna take this lapel, I'm gonna go over his shoulder, and I'm gonna grab the lapel, right? So now I've got the lapel over his shoulder. All I'm gonna do differently is I'm gonna take this hand, and I'm gonna go under the lapel and across. Boom. It's a really, really sneaky setup for the Ezekiel. So again, instead of going inside my sleeve, bringing the hand across and choking, all I'm doing, I'm using this lapel that I've got stretched out here. I'm going under the lapel and across, and I'm stretching. And you're gonna get the tap from a human, just not from Wrigley, okay? So one more time. So I'm here, I'm in side control. I get the lapel out of his belt, right? I'm able to come to mount. I take that over his shoulder. Underneath, with the cross face, I grab it. I come under the lapel, boom. There's my choke. Good job, buddy. Another successful demo. He's the best uke in the world. Good job.